Good evening, class of 2019. Distinguished guests, faculty, family, friends, and everyone else who is thinking about what they're going to eat when they get home tonight. My name is Rebecca Cohen, and I know not all of you know me, but don't worry. I'm sure almost every single one of your elbows hit me in the head at least once throughout the last 4 years. As you know, tonight's theme reads that the powerful play goes on, and you may contribute a first. The first time I heard this quote, I was not completely sure what it meant. But after reading it a mere 100 times, I now believe I understand its message. So let's see what verses we have created at Liberty. I know no one wants to think about the glasses and braces stage of freshman year, but it is here we must begin. The first day of school, we all ran around like chickens with our heads cut off. Of course, the overachievers had their schedules as their lock screens, and the rest of us couldn't find an overpass if it hit us in the face. As a class, we all shuffled into the auditorium with our new limited edition Category 6 t-shirts. Mr. Bailey told us how fast the 4 years were going to go, and naturally, we did not believe him. We all sat there and laughed, but as we sit here now, look who's the only one laughing. Without even realizing, we began writing our verse. As we made friends, joined clubs and teams, our verse grew and took on its own unique form. In the blink of an eye, our first verse was finished. Now let's go to sophomore year. Everyone started to grow, which is a little unfair in my opinion because I'm still working on it. Our second verse began as we branched out of our shells and continued to make our voices heard. This is the first time we heard the dreaded word, college. Also, this was the first year sophomore seminar was a requirement, and thank goodness for that class because now we all know how to write a resume. As we moved on to junior year, things got real. We became role models, we began studying and preparing for the dreaded and unforgiving SATs. As we started touring colleges and taking AP classes, junior year was the first time we started thinking about life after Liberty. We had to get the best grades we had ever gotten before, and most importantly, suck up to our teachers to get those recommendation letters. With June quickly approaching in our junior year, our third verse was coming to a close. Senior year, the big dogs in the school. We are the front row of C6, and we know the halls of Liberty like the back of our hands. Senioritis starts to kick in around the second day of school. We had to decide what the next steps in our lives was going to be. This is the year of last, and yes, it really did fly by. As I stand up here tonight, this verse, our final verse, is coming to an end. And I cannot be more proud of this class and the collection of verses we leave behind. So now here we are. The future holds something different for everyone, but the play must go on, and it is time to write your next verse, and to consider what you are going to contribute to the world we live in. To help with this, here's some words of wisdom from Lin-Manuel Miranda. My dear terrified graduates, you are about to enter the most uncertain and thrilling period of your lives. The stories you are about to live are the ones you will be telling your children and grandchildren and therapists. Who knows who the lucky therapist will be? Without even realizing it, you have already been through so many verses of this powerful play that we call life. You now have some characters, a plot. You've already experienced many conflicts and ups and downs. But as the curtain closes, you might think this is the final bow, but it's really just the end of Act 1. So you tell me how your play is going to end. For everyone who is still awake right now, thank you for listening, and thank you to my class of 2019 for a truly wonderful 4 years.
You did diverse.